savage, unerring, and steadfast. The Black Knights.
Oh, he's looking. Oh, look at that armor. They've done a fantastic job. The RuneScape Dragonwilds game, released into early access in 2025, is showing off its new content coming in 2026. Let's have a look. Truthfully, I haven't played much of the game itself because my PC couldn't handle it on release, so I've just kind of been holding out at the moment. I've upgraded my computer, and now I'm waiting for the full release of the game to come out.
Welcome everyone to the very first RuneScape Dragonwilds Summit. Let's see that roadmap. Ah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, so in December they launched Fellhollow, which as far as I'm aware is an undead, zombie-filled land. It's a major update, which is included in early access purchase. There's a new region, there's a steel tier of weapons and armor, and the farming skill launched with that. So that's already out, and you can play that now on Steam. Minor updates for January, including quests and activities. February, they also have minor updates of quests and activities. And in March, they're releasing Downdun Reach and the Madness of Zamorak for version 0.11. It's a major update, also part of early access purchase. So if you've got that, you can play it. New region Mithril tier is coming out with that. Fishing skill is also coming. And then dedicated servers. So I'm assuming you can host your own. Minor updates for April and May, including more quests and activities. And then in June for summer, we've got Umbral Sands, the Fire of Fuzon. Again, part of early access. I'd assume all major updates are part of early access. New region, Adamant tier of armor and weapons. And the prayer skill is being added with that. And then again, minor updates throughout the rest of summer. September, they seem to be launching on more platforms. Does that mean they're coming to things like PlayStation 5, perhaps? September also sees another major update, Rage of Kuldra, a new region, Runite tier, and agility skill. Scorned Wilderness kind of implies that it'll look maybe like the wilderness. I don't think it might, but maybe it is a rather desolate wasteland of dead trees and rock. There's also new updates for October and November, some small updates to quests and stuff. Winter update in December, and then 2027 is Shadows of Ashenfall. We'll have to see what they say about that.
We're going to show you today actual footage from Downdun Reach. It's going to be amazing. I really look forward to Umbral Sands as well, but yeah, of course, the idea that we're going to be finishing the Kuldra saga this year and kill the God Eater herself, that's going to be amazing. But we've got, outside of the major updates that are coming every quarter, we've also got a really cool minor updates. So we've already passed the one in January where we provided the players with a couple of more cool new quests and some activities. But February is going to be really nice because we've got a really cool content drop then as well. And that's going to be extended throughout May and June as well. It's going to be an amazing year.
There's a lot to be excited for. And that first content drop that we released, we gave you some new quests, some new activities, some new stuff to chase, some capes, some
we love capes.
Amazing looking gear for you to tool yourself up with, to explore. And we're just going to hope to keep repeating more of that. So there's a lot to be excited for coming your way this year. And don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some of the lovely J-mods about our journey so far.
RuneScape Dragonwilds is going from strength to strength, and we are not stopping. Our first area expansion, Fellhollow, has arrived, and there's 3 more to come before Kuldra Saga must come to an end.
But first, let's take a look at our journey.
From that shadow drop,
all the way to facing Kuldra. I'm Mod Sharky.
I'm Mod Cerberus. I'm Mod Deluxe.
I'm Mod Debris.
I'm Mod Raven.
Oh my god. I was like, I don't know any of these mods. And then Mod Raven pops up. And I'm like, oh my god, it's Mod Raven.
I'm Mod Bitfox.
I'm Mod Doom, and welcome to the first RuneScape Dragonwilds Summit.
Honestly, I might just have to jump into the game. It looks so good, and I can run it now perfectly good, so...
Over a year ago, we started our journey of building this game with players. There's been some
Ooh.
had over 30,000 players get hands-on with what would become RuneScape Dragonwilds. And many of the team, myself included, worked over the holidays last year to listen to your feedback and even gave you challenges.
Ooh, nice cape.
Some of you took getting hands-on slightly too literally. One of you, Santo, decided to beat just about everything on the continent to pieces with just lefty and righty. Feedback was clear. We were onto something special here. But you wanted more of the things that you come to expect from Gielinor. And we took that personally.
We've heavily invested in growing the team and in making sure that RuneScape is at the heart of our approach to developing more content for you.
Good.
Since then, we've talked to the community about feedback on every aspect of the game. And as a result, Dragonwilds is really taking shape.
We've introduced the crossbows, voted on by the community as a weapon class alongside the range skill update in 0.9. 77% is a pass, right?
It is.
Reworked cooking, so you can burn your food like the old days of being a cooking noob.
Nice.
We've added our version of the legendary hit splats.
Oh, nice.
Our community is broad and far-reaching, and we are delighted that RuneScape means so much to so many of you, even in this new genre.
We launched RuneScape Dragonwilds in 5 languages and localized the game into 2 new languages since release. We're going to continue to support more languages as the game continues to grow and reach new audiences. Muito obrigado por fazer parte da nossa jornada.
We've been working on delivering amazing new music to complement the incredible soundscapes of Ashenfall, and we've been talking to players about which classic old school and RuneScape songs you want us to adapt in our own style. In our 0.9 update, we doubled the amount of music in the game.
Wow.
We're going to continue adding more great tracks for you with every expansion. We've been tracking your adventures, seeing where you die, where
You died.
where you go. Some places have wound up being a real battleground, and the numbers don't lie. More than 13 million of you have wound up as a statistic on one of our dashboards.
Feedback like yours and data like this helps us understand what needs to change and what we can improve to make these updates feel as excellent as they can. We've been taking player feedback on board about the sort of things that you'd like us to work on, while the bigger stuff is still coming.
Controller support, refactoring skills, even fast-tracking our work towards giving you dedicated servers earlier than our initially estimated release date. But improving what we have is only part of our story. There is so much more to show, and we are building it with you.
Fellhollow.
Fellhollow is the first of our expansions, and the next chapter in Kuldra's saga. A region of decay, rot, and horror. Scary
Creepy.
stuff.
We've loved seeing you take your first steps into the beyond.
Stare death in the face.
Oh, he looks cool.
This has been our first region update, and a chance for our team to learn how to work better now that our team is bigger than ever.
Steel, split bark, and green.
Oh, did you see that armor, dude? Look, oh, that looks so good. And that's steel armor. It looks, oh, that is a good designed armor piece right there. Like they ripped out the original design and just enhanced it into Unreal Engine 5.
Steel, split bark.
Split bark looking pretty good too. I've never liked the design of it in the main game as well. Still look dorky here as well. But they did capture the essence of what split bark should look like, I think.
And green dragonhide.
Green Dragonhide looking pretty classy too, gotta say. That looks pretty good. It's like a merge between the old school and the RuneScape 3 design. Maybe leaning a little bit more towards the RuneScape 3 design, but...
Came through as iconic. Truly RuneScape progression upgrades you didn't want us to skip over. When we polled if you wanted steel or to skip to the more magical Mithril, the answer was clear. No, we needed steel.
We added 11 new enemy types. Skeletons, rats.
They look really good.
On that one, I guess. We've expanded the map to give you even more places to explore, build, and farm in. We
That's a cute
wanted
guy.
To create a haunting, unique landscape.
It looks
filled with
creepy.
opportunities
Very good.
to deepen the lore of Ashenfall. And you've already been connecting.
Oh, he's a happy guy.
Fellhollow, just like the skills we've added in-game, and the material crafting tiers, is just the beginning.
We've also introduced farming, a first new skill to the game, and we've loved seeing you nurturing and growing your own homestead.
I mean, it's a survival game. You need to have farming in a survival game.
What we're doing here is laying the foundations of everything that we're going to continue to build on, and we're sharing it with you early. With every update, we're going to be adding more to refine.
improve, and expand on those foundations. Expect more quests, more content, and more RuneScape.
Fellhollow has been so much fun for us to create with you, and while we're continuing to work on Fellhollow's updates, some of us are already focusing our attention towards our next region, Downdun Reach.
What does that look like?
Gosh, they're a charming lot, aren't they? I wish my houses looked that good in game. What is the difference between a minor update and a major update for folks who may not have dipped their toes back in since release?
Yep, fair enough. So we are using Steam's terminology here, minor updates, major updates. They're all included in the price of admission of early access. If you've got the game, then you've got access to all of those. And minor updates are minor tentpole moments where we try to give you some extra content for the month. We want you to experience something cool every month, basically. And recently, I went online and said we're going to be delivering you quests every single month, and a new team has been formed in order to do that. And they are going to be filling those moments between the major updates with awesome beats. And the difference between the minor updates and the major updates is that those major updates, they come with a new material tier, a new skill, a new region, new bosses to fight, also new quests. Yeah, so they're quite a lot bigger.
Downdun Reach.
The shadow of Zamorak, god of chaos, hangs darkly over the region of Downdun Reach. A fortress lost to time, the order fallen, the structure decayed, a place of paranoia, betrayal, and above all, chaos.
The withered, maddened heart of this fortress city still beats. A sword in the darkness, savage, unerring, and steadfast. The Black Knights.
Oh, he's looking. Oh, look at that armor. Right, they've done a fantastic job. So they've taken bits and pieces from both Old School and RuneScape 3 with this one. So the general aesthetic is mainly RuneScape 3 with it. You've got the loincloth at the bottom here. You've got the spiky helmet with 2 horns. That's very RuneScape 3. Even the visor bit here, that's RuneScape 3. They've removed some of the spikes, though, on it from the RuneScape 3 version. The main bits from Old School is the plume in the helmet. Like, that's not in the RuneScape 3 one. The helmet is just spiky. So it's mainly the RuneScape 3 design, but with the added plume at the top with feathers, and looks really good, though.
For this region, we're focusing on the fortress's structure to emphasize vault-like exploration, puzzles, combat, and rewarding exploration. We've been listening to your feedback since we launched into early access about vaults, exploration, and progression. You wanted more of that? Sure thing. Fighting through the region will unlock key materials and allow you to access the next tier of materials, which we're excited to show you.
It'd be Mithril, wouldn't it?
Delve into the inner keep. Those worthy of the task will find riches of Mithril, Mystic Cloth, and the next challenge, Blue Dragons!
Gasp.
Please tell me that didn't shatter. We've got plenty to keep you busy as you fight to establish a foothold against the Black Knight. The audio team is going to be continuing to deliver atmospheric, richly textured music and soundscapes you'll want to listen to in and out of the game. And of course, fishing is going to be coming your way with his update. Fear me, fishes.
Zamorak's influence has warped and shaped this region, a place of torment, of fear, and the barrier between you and the next region.
Cool.
Holy Zamorak.
Downdun Reach is our next region, and it's going to bring you some Zamorakian influence chaos. Here sits a Black Knight fortress, where crazed mages, formidable Black Knights, and imposing lesser demons roam. I wouldn't be shocked if you came across some blue dragons on your travels either. Downdun Reach is more dense with architecture than any previous region you've experienced so far. The fortress is a sprawling, interconnected labyrinth of stone, and exploration is going to feel great as you carve your way through a new progression tier focused on obtaining mithril-level gear and weapons. To pass through the fortress and reach the next region, you're going to need to take down the Gatekeeper, a giant Black Knight Titan wielding a sword of flame and a very disagreeable temperament.
I see. I think Mod Rook needs a better web camera because that was a solid 10 frames per second, but the Black Knight Titan with the fire sword sounds very cool.
You wanted more elaborate interiors, you wanted more challenging exploration. There it is. And you wanted more RuneScapey enemies. Good news, the Black Knights have answered.
The cool image of the hallway.
Facing off against
Love that render.
some looking foes, but they're not alone. There's going to be more, but you're going to find out more about them as we get closer.
Looking good with that steel armor too.
With RuneScape lore, it is basically this fortress of evil knights and evil sorcerers and demons. But it's heavily inspired by the look of the Black Knight's fortress from RuneScape. And, you know, when you look at other media, like other games, actually we were a little bit inspired by Stormveil Castle from Elden Ring and Sen's Fortress from Dark Souls, or, you know, Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we spent a lot of...
Good looking castles. Getting a sneak peek as well. That fire looks great. Purple glow. Oh. Stone statues too. Very haunting. I love the glow that comes out of the helmet too. A nice touch, but it feels like they're almost possessed by something. That looks like a demon. The fortress itself is literally collapsing under the weight.
Some Easter eggs in there for the keen-eyed amongst you. This update's scheduled to release this spring, but you already know the way. Your journey into Downdun Reach will take you through Fellhollow. So, for those of you seeking adventure, you'll need to bring down not one, but 2 dragon generals to get there. Slay Velgar, and then bring down the revenant dragon, Immeru, and your path to Downdun Reach is clear.
They have a revenant dragon. That's neat. There is a revenant dragon in the wilderness. Wonder if it has a similar design to it.
That ominous gatehouse you've seen in the distance is your destination. A great and mysterious power draws Kuldra's brood to the accursed keep. Not at all ominous, and it's probably something worth nicking, or at least giving a poke. Between you and this ominous stone, not much, just an ageless cult of Zamorakian worshippers, black knights, and blue dragons for good measure. With an area like this, we've ramped up that atmosphere, so you can expect the audio team to deliver in their usual fashion, of course.
This is probably obvious to anyone who plays Dragonwilds, but this is coming from someone who hasn't played it yet. Are there lodestones all over the place? Because I know you arrive. I did load up the game once, and I know you arrived on the island with a lodestone. But if you build your base in like one of the starter areas, because that's where most people have spent a lot of their time now, just building up a nice base somewhere in the original released area. And now it seems like they're guiding you through the newly released area expansions. Does that mean that you would be beneficial to create a new base somewhere further up along this pathway? Maybe take your stuff with you. I guess if there is a teleport system like a lodestone network, or maybe you can build your own lodestones, that would be super useful. That might even be in the game still. Then I guess you could just teleport back to your base, right? And then head out. In other survival games, like Grounded comes to mind because I really enjoyed that game. Very similar gameplay loop. You kind of start in the center of the map and then you work your way out to the different edges of the world. And so you always kind of return to the center before you head out in a different direction. But here it seems like they're sort of taking you on a journey across Ashenfall. So I imagine that lodestones would exist and would be incredibly beneficial in that sense.
Someone in chat has just asked, will this have to pass a poll to get added? No. We know what's good for you. You're welcome. How about we take a little walk into Downdun Reach, just to see how it's looking, shall we? And this is it. Here we are. Downdun Reach is here. And you can just
Could you imagine RuneScape 3 looking like this, man? That would be so insane. We don't really need to imagine it. We could just jump into this game, but you know.
I remember first poking my head into Downdun Reach when it was at the white box stage. So there was no lighting, no VFX, and there were no textures, and it was just, ooh,
It looks really good.
But if you remember, even at white box stage, when we first saw how big it was and
scale,
how vertical and
This little shimmy he does is a little bit dorky, but
you'll be able to do there.
shimmy walk.
We were so psyched, and it says,
Oh, look, there's a skeleton. I wonder who that is.
Look at that skeleton.
Yeah,
He looks very
look at that guy.
relaxed. He's chilling.
Chilling.
I wish that were me. And every inch of this place has decoration that I need. I just...
I mean, I can see
Goth
you,
aesthetic.
you know, setting up shop there, Doom. It's
100%.
This is
Doom's General Store.
This is exactly what I want my
Yeah.
house to look like.
A lot of glow. What's going on down here?
If I can pull this off, that's
look
the
at that
dream.
lighting.
Oh, ominous! It's so that. I mean, I hope
The shine on the armor.
I hope that's not just ominous.
Looks really
glow with
good.
No benefits to it, but who knows? Maybe it is.
That almost looks like a lodestone right there. So yeah.
Some folks are asking if this is armor that they're going to be able to get. It is.
Duh. Obviously, it's armor you're going to be able to get. They wouldn't make it otherwise.
Oh, look at that.
also worthy of note is that
Wise old man's there.
you know, the viewers at home, they might not know this, but they will discover this. But yeah, it seems quite easy for this person to walk into this space unchallenged. But that's of course because this is all in development at the moment, and all
They haven't added the enemies there yet.
switched off.
We've
It is a
cheated here.
fair amount more challenging than what is displayed here. Oh, look at those chickens, by the way.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this place looks harmless. I don't think there's anything wrong with this place. I feel
Look
like
at
we
all
could
those
move in.
chickens.
No one's here. I think this is fine. But as you said, there's more threat here than we're giving away.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil everything, right? No.
We want you to be excited and to prove to you that it's definitely real.
This place exists.
It's absolutely happening. But that blue light is of interest to me. I think we'll talk about that in a minute.
I love the fact how it's so...
Is there like catapults they've got up on the edge there? They look like Zamorakian, some sort of crossbow catapult looking thing.
It's so obviously evil looking, but still there's somehow the beauty of a touch of autumn in there as well.
I know that when we first sort of started exploration and I started to see those mood arts coming out of, what if it was just autumn here, and the yellow leaves and the initial ideas of maybe having like falling leaves and adding to that atmosphere.
Yeah.
At night, of course, it's ominous and terrifying and scary, but in the daylight, it's got a sort of haunting beauty to it. So,
Oh, look, yeah, there
Speaking of that,
the light.
It makes it feel more believable that way, I think. I think it's a good decision. Plus, it adds some contrast to the otherwise very ominous looking area. If it was just a barren wasteland of black rock, there would be a lot less color contrast. So adding in the autumn colors definitely helps break up the pattern, and I think adds some depth to it as well, the scenery.
Things
Daylight.
change, yeah.
oh, someone's over encumbered. There's a loot.
Is that why?
Here.
Is that why he shimmies? Because he tries to run, but he has too much weight with him, so he does a little shimmy instead.
definitely
Normally,
what I'm used to.
you wouldn't head in here without a weapon either, right? This person is seriously
And
underpowered
no
at the
cape.
moment, seemingly.
How
so-
does he not have a cape?
Thank goodness there's no enemies around to cause problems, because I
Yeah.
don't think they're ready for a fight.
He's very jittery when he's going up those stairs.
Ugh, ominous. You know the vibes are bad when there's like a spiked cage just hanging over the edge. That's probably
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
that's not great news.
I saw something glowing in that tower. It's like a big purple.
Those are crossbows I was looking at, yeah.
Light can only mean good things.
Not crossbows, catapults.
As soon as I get through that gate, I'm running for that purple light. I'm going to touch it, and nothing bad's going to happen to me. I'm sure.
Me too.
That's absolutely.
Purple light, that's where we're going.
Little overview here.
Oh, it's starting to rain.
Absolutely.
Oh, love this vibe.
100%.
Oh, he's brave. He's heading further into the keep.
Not brave, there's no enemies. What do you mean he's brave?
Lovely shots there.
Yeah.
He's just having a
Chat us-
good old time.
He walks weird. That's because this character is over encumbered. We've given him too much loot. So he's walking slowly, but I think that slow walk lets you soak up the atmosphere a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's obviously why they did it.
Also, remember, folks, this is all still in development. We're still working on this, actually.
We've got a couple of months.
It looks done. What do you mean?
A good few weeks.
Yeah, they're still working on this.
Minimum. I'm going to say weeks plural because it's. I want my living room to look like this.
Yeah.
Nice statues.
Those are some vibes, yeah.
This is definitely the
Those
church, yeah.
gargoyles as well. Incredible.
Yeah.
And the windows. I remember when the first pieces of the kit got installed, the first thing they added was the windows. So there was just no texture on the floors.
What's the shine there?
And I took a photo of it and I was like, oh, can I get one of these? I need them.
Ooh, spiky staircase.
Look at this all day, but
Very aesthetic.
I think we can move on. Thank you very much, production. For
That was
showing
great.
us. Now, as part of Downdun Reach, we'll be actioning a long-requested community feature. We'll be raising level caps of all skills to 99, even though the skills aren't finished yet. We've heard from you about wanting to grind out levels and not waste XP, even while the content is still due to be added later on in our development.
That's crazy. I knew that they capped the level up to this point so that people didn't just grind up to 99, but I guess people really want to, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, limiting people to the max level so far means that when new content releases, you'll be excited, you want to level up to get the new items. Now people will level their skills up to max, and then as soon as something new comes out, I mean, it still will be best in slot, generally speaking, but I feel like there might be less excitement over things. If you are 99 already, you won't want to do the new thing to get to 99. I mean, there's pros and cons to both, right? And I guess more people wanted it to be pushed to 99 so that they could keep grinding up to 99. I imagine that it will take quite a lot longer though, because experience will obviously be based around doing skill training methods that are higher level, but those training methods won't necessarily exist yet because they've not been released. So surely at one point you'll start getting really slow experience rates and it will take a long time to get to 99 compared to if you were just to wait for the skill expansions to reach that point.
And then continually backfilling content into these skills. Not all at once. Different skills will get content added to them at different times, much like we did with ranged and magic before. But if you've already reached the required levels, the content that we're adding in will automatically unlock. And then you'll also be able to claim the skill capes for those skills when they're added in.
Yeah, so they say when the skill capes are added in. So they're not planning on adding skill capes with the increase to level 99. They're just saying that you can now get your skills to 99. It's still an early access game. This capes won't be out yet. And then eventually the capes will be added and then you can buy them.
I have seen early sketches. I won't show them now in case you're like,
they're good.
We want to get them in game for you to see these.
Yeah.
Now, I did flag earlier there was a little blue light in the distance. One of the things that's related to is we're refactoring rune crafting to be more of an activity. We spent plenty of time in the rune essence mines or the rune span, or generally farming rune essence and filling chest after chest with delicious Moorish runes. Between you and me, I reckon they've got the texture of shortbread. What do you think of rune tastes like?
Rock. It's rock. It's literally rock. Why would it taste like something other than rock?
I'm getting distracted. We're creating a more dynamic experience in rune crafting where your inputs and your actions affect your yield. And those blue things are anim events. These are attuned to a particular elemental type of the anima that surges forth from the heart of Ashenfall. And so obviously you're going to use that to your advantage. Hone your skills and produce a wealth of runes as a result. I'm excited because at the moment I just stand there and I watch number go up and I get 1,000,000 runes. So I'd like to be able to do a bit more with it.
It's weird though, because if they're planning to expand the skills level to 99, what if they rework the entire skill like they're doing now with rune crafting and potentially make it more difficult to level up? Like Mod Doom said, right now he's just leveling rune crafting by standing around and watching the number go up. But I'm assuming the new rune crafting system is more active where you have to actually engage with the rune crafting rifts. And then if you got yourself to 99 already the easy way, then that feels a little bit cheap. I guess they'd have to consider that for the designs going forward.
The next stop on our adventure is Umbral Sands.
They're going to show that as well. Fire of Fuzan.
Sands is due to release next summer, and it takes you to land beyond Downdun Reach.
Scorching.
Another Dragon General.
There are kalphites here. Very fitting.
This region is still very early on in exploration, but we're going to be sharing the journey with you. The fires of Huzan, the Red Dragon, will test you to your limits. A vast, scorched desert seared by the sun's corruption. Here,
Yeah, see, there you go. There you got a kalphite right there. That kind of looks a little bit like the Sitharid Abbey Tower, doesn't it? You can see that they've gone with the concept of Al-Kharid here in general, with very flat walls, though clearly scorched by dragon flame because of the burn marks at the top.
the sun itself will be the greatest threat. Its scorching exposure drains life every moment. Shade, sunset offer safety. Move carefully.
At the very edge there of that picture, is that a terror bird? I would say it looks quite similar, wouldn't you? That a terror bird? There's a RuneScape 3 one, not that they look very different, but Spirit Terror Bird might be closer to what it actually is, though it doesn't really have much of a beak there, does it?
Plan each step beneath a burning sky. And that's exactly what Fuzan wants.
At night, the Dragon General stalks the sands, taking flight in the cool air. Familiar faces emerge in this region. Icthlarin. Nope, Icthlarin. Icthlarin, the jackal-headed demigod of the underworld, is drawn to the corruption of the sands, seeking to safeguard mortals from ruination.
You'll need the best gear you can find to survive. I'm adamant you'll be fine if you have it. Yeah, it's adamant armor.
Yep.
Red Dragonhide will offer more protection, and yew wood sources will allow you to wield yew bows and staffs.
Deadly foes also stir in the heat. Kothar, elemental creatures of obsidian have risen.
Oh.
This and more serves to prepare.
Not Zizhar, because it's in a different area, much like how the ones in Zaya aren't called exactly Tsar either. Same idea though, clearly. I wonder if they'll retroactively add yew trees to the earlier areas, or if they'll keep it exclusive to the later areas of the game as well. In many survival open world games, they do tend to contain higher level resources in higher level areas.
For the final confrontation with Koldra herself.
Pack your shorts and bring a water skin.
Our 0.12 major update delivers our biggest region yet, the Umbral Sands. Inspired by the Caridian Desert from Gilinor's mainland, you'll encounter all sorts of things that want to kill you. From four-armed golem-like creatures made of obsidian and magma to large insectoid kalphites that scuttle across the sands. You're going to need adamant-level gear if you want to thrive and conquer this arid expanse. In terms of new gameplay mechanics, the desert is all about heat management. If you spend too long in direct sun, your thirst will rapidly increase, and you'll even start taking damage, so stick to the shadows, build safe pathways across the dunes, or travel at night when it's cooler. But be warned, that's when your next dragon-slaying target, Fuzan, likes to hunt tasty little adventurers such as yourselves.
I wish he called me a tasty little adventurer. Scorches.
Oh no. Doom, no. Bad Doom.
Are we getting any help out here in the desert?
Absolutely, we are. So we're going to have the help of a major character from the RuneScape lore, Icthlarin. Am I saying that
First
correctly?
try. Yes, there it is.
The entire team
wild.
struggles with that one, but Icthlarin, the god of the dead, but not necessarily of dying, but the guardian of dead souls traveling through the afterlife. He's there to help us. And as well, there is a faction in the Umbral Sands. You have seen them in Gornfell, and they were quite angry there, the Garou. But in the Umbral Sands, the Moon Garou, they are more gentle and more friendly. They've been hunted mercilessly by Fuzan, and they offer quests and lore, and they will trade with you.
Yeah, you can see they've used the same color scheme as the worker kalphites. Good, they look good. I think I prefer the one on the left the most. Yeah, I think I prefer the one on the left.
There's an interesting backstory between Icthlarin and the Moon Garou.
I'm
Waiting
very
for the players
excited.
to discover it.
I am very excited. On screen, you can see some of the amazing designs. There is the Kothar. Some folks in chat were like, not Tokhar. No, they're different. Similar flavor, but different.
Yeah, it's a different area. I don't know if they originated from the ones in Karamja and then went out, much like the Tasakal in old school RuneScape, the ones who traveled from Karamja over to Zeya and then ended up like forming their own little group there. As far as I'm aware, there's only 3 of them. I haven't done much there. These ones are blue.
And they are going to stand between you and Fuzan. So you're going to have to not just overcome the kalphites, not just endure the scorching heat, not just befriend a sect of moon guru and arm yourself for a battle. You're also going to have to then fight your way through a literal wall of obsidian, and then you get to fight a dragon.
But wait, there is more.
There's more?
Yeah, but we're going to answer that in the QA section.
There is more. We are actually going to come back to this. In Fellhollow, we introduced a new way to navigate. With a region as expansive as this, Modric made it very clear we want to get about quickly.
They're going to do mounts.
Not melt.
Yeah.
What's the plan there?
So the alternate mode in Fellhollow, being Soul Rifted, was very well received by our players, and we want to do something special as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to get around quickly while the sun burns you. You need to go quickly from shadow to shadow, right? So we're going to switch things up. We're going to switch away from terror birds, though you can use them as well. But, you know.
Oh, so terror birds exist already. Okay, there you go. So what are they doing instead then?
We're going to have a different means of transportation. And it's, sort of... flattish, and it lies on your living room floor, but it's also magical, like a
flying carpet.
It's magic carpets, right?
Yep.
Yes. So you're going to be able to navigate your way around a whole new world. Yes, intentional. Enjoy. I'm very excited to see that come together. I'm not going to sing it. Don't. We put out a call on Discord specifically for questions. Null Point Surge, who wants to know, will we ever be able to officially fix Bramblemead Village and the other villages that are also in ruins, similar to Bramblemead? Perhaps able to find survivors, allowing them to come back to life and fill these barren villages up once more?
So I'm going to say something that you always say, which is the future is a mystery to us all. But I get where the question is coming from. But first, Kuldra needs to fall, right? Because as long as she lives, nothing is going to be able to live a normal life on Ashenfall. So it's going to be a while. But stay tuned, I would say.
Another question from Null Point Search. What a popular chap. What do you think about the idea of making the tower a dungeon of sorts? We have to go up a select number of floors to reach a dragon. That could have made the defeat of Velgar and Immeru even more deserving and satisfying than it already did. The floors could increase in difficulty until you reach the boss. What do you think?
I think that that's actually a pretty awesome idea. There is a lot of verticality coming in future updates. You've seen Downdun Reach. But yeah, it's a cool idea.
I love the idea of having to fight all of it's a fight for survival. All of it's a fight to reach the dragon. But being able to say, okay, this is it, and I'm going for this, and running in and taking on the tower, like so many other games that we love. I see the vision. So
that's one of the things where I'm like, I want to hold back with playing it until, you know, the full version is out there, because like your first playthrough is never going to happen again. And so if they change the core thing at like early stages of the game, that makes the entire feeling of the encounter feel even better than it did before, then you've missed that opportunity forever to experience it in that way. But then there's also the flip side where every time they release a big major content update, there is hype around it now. And if you were to wait for the full game to come out, then all of those releases will already be out, right? Essentially, you're getting exciting new content to try out every couple months here. There's a balance here. You got to find it. You know, I'm on the fence about it. Like, I really want to. But then again, like, it would be cool to have like the full experience once everything's done. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys have played. What do you think in the comments below?
We have a question from Tunstel, who says, are there plans to increase the size of Ashenfall significantly? I recently took a peek into the original RuneScape and old school RuneScape worlds of Gielinor and realized they suffer from exactly the same thing. You can traverse the entirety in minutes. To put this in perspective, versus another game from around the same time period, Asheron's Call, before my time, maybe you're familiar with it. It took hours to run across the entire world space, and run was a trainable skill and considerably faster, relatively speaking. What do you think?
I will be honest, I haven't heard that name a long time, Asheron's Call, but it's a fair question. I want to remind everybody that for now we are primarily a survival game, and that is what we're going to be staying this year at the very least, but we've got exciting plans for the future. So I don't think you will be disappointed where we're going, but for now, we're going to try and get there with the current content that we've got and the future content that we've got, and you're going to be satisfied with that.
I think it's better to have a world that feels interesting to explore and walk around in, rather than just scaling it up for the sake of scaling it up. Grounded, again, is what I'm going to use as an example here. To run from one side of Grounded's world to the other, probably you could do that in like 10-15 minutes. I haven't tried doing it myself, but I reckon that's around the time it would take. And the world, it doesn't feel small, but it's not like insanely large either. It feels big at first, and then as you explore it, the world starts feeling smaller and smaller because you're uncovering all the mysteries and all the map. So I don't necessarily think that it needs to take an hour or two to run from one side of the map to the other. If there's nothing there, it's just empty space you're running through, right? Having regions balanced out evenly with interesting nature and content, I think that's the most important thing. Designing it well to look good and also feel natural should be the main focus.
We have a question from DW, great name, great initials, who wanted to know, will there be endgame content similar to the Inferno in old school? I've never killed Zerk. I've been pleb filtered too many times, but I'm familiar with the Inferno. They said they want to see if there'll be content that only the most skilled Dragonwilds players can complete and show off their rewards proudly.
Yeah. So balancing a game like Dragonwilds for multiple audiences, people who like it a little bit more cozy or who don't want it so difficult, all the way to people who really want to test their skills, is kind of tricky. But we've got you. In Umbral Sands, something that's called the Nightmare Crucible will be coming. And you will be able to test your skills there. Don't worry. You gotta wait a little bit longer, but it's going to be there and you're gonna be happy with that.
Like, they're thinking about this, the players obviously, from an MMO perspective. This isn't an MMO. Obviously there's going to be difficult content, but as long as you can scale the world's difficulty, there's always going to be people who can complete it on an easier difficulty. Plus, this isn't an MMO. You're not playing this with tons of other players walking around. So having really challenging boss fights should 100% exist. But at the same time, you're not really showing off because there's nobody to show off to. You've got your crew. You can hop between servers, obviously. But it's like a pseudo MMO. It's not really a proper MMO in that sense. But I think having a wave-based combat challenge would definitely be a cool idea. And you should get a cape from doing it, you know?
We have a question from Acid, who said, could we see OSRS-style skilling pets in Dragonwilds? Obviously, it would need to fall in line with Dragonwilds being less grindy.
That would be cool.
Be less rare. But I think it could be a great thing chasing after some kind of pet or variation through skilling.
Yeah. So stuff like this is always on our mind, right? We released mounts. We're always thinking about features like this. There is only so much time in everything that we need to do and we want to deliver to you. But I can say that we have been thinking about this and it will take us a while to get there, but we've got some amazing surprises in store for you.
We've got a question from Return of the Shat. I hope I've pronounced that right. I'm so sorry. With the minor updates between major updates, will any of them focus on taking you back to old regions or just in the new regions presented? So, for example, after the release of Downdun Reach, will we just be in Downdun or quests popping up in old regions? Would be great to keep us going back there with a purpose.
Yeah, a really good question. And I've got some good news for you. This month, we're dropping something really interesting in the minor updates. Stay tuned, because indeed, we are going to try and go back to earlier zones and, add some new content there, some interesting new bits and bobs. And yeah, stay tuned for that.
Cool.
There you go. That was timely. And we have a question from Yoao Machado, who wants to know, is there a planned release window on consoles?
I can't say anything at the moment. That is for a later date to be discussed, but stay tuned.
It looked like it was on the roadmap.
We'll be sharing more throughout the year.
Though I guess platforms could just mean that it's now on Epic, you know, instead of just being on Steam. Does Epic have an early access program? More platforms imply that it's coming to consoles. Guess we'll wait and see.
We have a question from Delfina Gomez Vasquez, who wants to know, what is the biggest change you made based exclusively on player feedback since the early access launch? And as someone who is so close to the community, I feel like I can handle this one.
Go on.
I think it's RuneScapiness. I think it's an element that when we launched, we had a very clear vision of the kind of game we wanted to make. We wanted to draw on inspiration from RuneScape and old school RuneScape and pay homage to the world of RuneScape, but make our own thing, put our own spin on it, have our own voice. And folks very clearly said, oh, this is awesome. I just wish it was slightly more RuneScape. I wish it had more of this, had more of that. And we've continually been adding and refining that in lots of different ways. It's not just in, oh, I'd love it if we had scimitars. Good news, we do. I wish we had hit splats. You do. More of the music, more of the vibes that you've come to expect. But even stuff like we're speeding up our work on dedicated servers. We're aiming for a release date in March, around the release of Downdun Reach. If we can get those lined up, that would be amazing, so that you can grind even if your buddy who's hosting a world isn't online. You can just jump into dedicated servers and just power through, just like you do with RuneScape and old school. So those elements that we initially were like, we're kind of doing our own thing, very clearly we understood that actually we kind of need to embrace that more.
Yeah.
And that was entirely based on the player feedback and hearing the players, and people like More Dutch getting yelled at or getting bored to tears with me repeatedly saying, I think it needs to be more RuneScapey.
I think it should be more RuneScapey. I mean, it's RuneScape Dragonwilds. It should be RuneScape focused, right? And people want to see those nice, polished, graphical, upgraded versions of things. Like if it's called RuneScape Dragonwilds, you want to log in and you want to see, oh wow, I recognize all these things from RuneScape's universe. So it makes perfect sense. And I think it's good that they've changed their direction to focus more on that vision.
Another question from Delfina from Gaming Coffee in Argentina, who wants to know, Downdun Reach arrives in March. We've kind of talked about this a little bit. How vertical will this area be compared to the flatlands of Fellhollow? Will there be more caves and vaults? What will there be?
So the answer is absolutely. You've seen the video. There will be a lot more verticality and there will be so many things to discover and to explore. It is going to scratch that itch.
One from Shanismo, who said, will we be able to host our own dedicated servers? Yes. Yes, you will. We'll be using the same Steam tooling that other people have come to expect. So if you're familiar with that, you know how to do it, you know what you're up to. Great. Thank you all for those wonderful questions. But what kind of summit would it be if we didn't have one more thing?
What's that one more thing? Scorned Wilderness, right. They only had concept art for Umbral Sands, though. What are they going to show for this one?
Final battle. The big baddie. The wilderness. And yes, rune armor. Bleak ruins, blackened rock, auroras in the sky. This is a place of power.
So we are going to the wilderness.
The fate of Ashenfall is in your hands.
I see me descend on this ravaged landscape, and as you close in on the heart of the anima storms, you will prepare yourself for the final confrontation with Coldra, the God Eater. Maybe pack a lunch for this one. We're so excited to show you what's coming, but we've got a lot of work ahead of us before we reach the Scorned Wilderness.
They've got the idea for it.
He gets me so excited about everything. When he gets into it, Mod Raven is crazy.
Mod Raven is fantastic. Love his storytelling. He's always been fantastic at it.
But this is it. The final show.
Damn, look at that dragon. That's sick.
Coldra sits in her lair, ready to strike down any mortal foolish enough to challenge.
1, 2, 3. There's 5 heads.
I have seen this art for years.
Oh, we've got an ancient staff on the wizard, still wearing pretty low-level looking armor, but full dragon armor, dragon longsword. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Probably black dragon hide over there. The King Black Dragon wishes he was this cool.
Actually, one of the first pieces of key art that we made and we always knew that we were going to build this creature, this multi-headed dragon for you to fight, and that is going to be one of the big challenges for the player, the biggest challenges for the player, but also a big challenge for us, because that is going to be so awesome.
Each of the dragon's heads seems to have an element from the regions that you've explored up to that point.
We're at a stage in development where we have a vision of what we want Scorned Wilderness to be. We know obviously we're able to talk about it. We're sharing these visions of the wilderness and this devastated anima-torn landscape. And all I want is that dragon gear. I can't wait. Lots of people are excited for the ancient staff.
For our final major update of the Cauldron Saga, you'll be taking on the big bad, the god-eating queen of dragons herself, in the Scorned Wilderness. This final area is a focused gauntlet of intense survival pressure. As you work to gather everything you need for rune-level equipment, you'll progress through a multi-layered boss raid, chipping away at Cauldron as she tries to chomp at you with any one of her 5 gigantic heads. It's gonna be one hell of a showdown in classic RuneScape style.
Sounds good.
It's all come full circle, huh? You start off being like, I'm gonna chop a dragon's head off. And now they're like, all right, do that 5 times. It's all coming your way throughout 2026. And if you've already picked the game up during early access, just wait. It's all going to be coming your way, and you can just soak it up and enjoy the vibes. Jump in when you want and join us on the journey.
And it looks good. It's exciting to see RuneScape Dragonwilds really shape up into a really cool RuneScape looking game. Make sure to subscribe for more RuneScape videos, and I will see you later.